Squid Game Season 3 just delivered the most twisted ending in television history. After 3 seasons of psychological pain, the series finale asks one impossible question. Will you eliminate a newborn baby to win 45 billion won? But here's what's going to shock you. The answer completely breaks the entire premise of the show. Because in a competition designed to prove that everyone has a prize, Song decided to do something that no one, not the VIPs, not the frontman himself, not even us, saw coming. I mean, maybe we saw it coming. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 3 final games that led to this moment, from a brutal game of hide and seek where players hunt each other with knives, where a woman literally gives birth mid-game, to the final showdown in the sky where the ultimate sacrifice changed everything, and how it set up a possible season 4 in the United States. So by the end, you understand why that baby crying in the arena is not just the winner of Squid Game, it's the most powerful statement about humanity the series has ever made. So after that failed rebellion in Season 2, the remaining players are thrown into what seems like a children's game, hide and seek. But this is not the playground version you remember. The rules are devastatingly simple. Players are split into 2 teams. The seekers get red uniforms and knives, the hiders get blue uniforms and keys, and the seekers hunt the hiders like animals. What makes this so twisted is that the first time in Squid Game history, or the challenges, that the players are given weapons to eliminate each other. No more accidents during red light, green light, no more falls during the glass bridge. And the psychological warfare is immediate, because if you're picked as a seeker, you have to hunt down people you have been sleeping with, even your own son, which was just heartbreaking. People who share their food with you. People who protected you during the voting rounds. The events that follow is exactly what the VIPs wanted. Several major characters get eliminated, including Dai, who we have been rooting for since Season 2, and the shaman, Xion, but we have not rooting for her, who provides some of the most memorable moments. But here's what the game really reveals. When survival is on the line, the facade of civilization crumbles in minutes. Players who were forming alliances just episodes earlier are now eliminating each other. And in the middle of all this chaos, player 222 goes into labor. She's literally giving birth while people are being eliminated around her, which set up the most insane twist this series has ever pulled. But if you thought hide and seek was brutal, jump rope is where Squid Game officially loses its mind. Picture this, the iconic doll from Red Light, Green Light is back, but now she's got a friend, a massive robot called Shul Su, and together they're swinging a colossal rope across a deadly gap that players have to jump over to reach a suspended bridge. All of this is happening while the frontman's brother is searching for the island, and we discover more about the captain's plan. But here's the kicker in the island. Player 222 had just given birth during the previous games, so she's exhausted and now has to protect a newborn baby while jumping over a giant rope that could kill them both. The tension in this moment is suffocating because we're watching a new mother who should be in the hospital bed, instead trying to survive a dead game while holding her infant daughter. This road speeds up with each round, and one misstep means that both mother and child plummet to their death. And then it happens, player 222 realizes she cannot make the next jump. She's too weak, too injured, and the foot is gonna slow her down. So in one of the most heartbreaking moments in the entire series, she makes a choice that will haunt you. She sacrifices herself. She steps up, ensuring her baby can be carried, confirming that her baby is gonna be safe with Song. In her final moments, this mother chooses her child's life over her own. But the VIPs, they see this as a business opportunity. They decide that since she's dead, her newborn should take her place as a player 222. A baby who cannot even hold her own is now officially a contestant in the world's deadliest game. And suddenly Song finds himself protecting the most vulnerable person who's ever entered the arena, which brings us to a final game that will test everything he believes about humanity. The final game is called Squid Game in the Sky, and it's designed to break every moral boundary. So one of the 3 players remain, and a newborn baby who cannot even understand what's happening to her. They're standing on 3 towering platforms, shaped like a circle, triangle, and a square. And the rules are simple. simple. On each platform, one person must die for the game to advance. There's no skill involved, no strategy, just pure elimination until one survives. But this is when Myung-ji drops a bombshell that changed a lot of things. He reveals he's the baby's father, so this is not just some random baby. This is his daughter. And for a moment, you think maybe, just maybe, paternal instinct will kick in and he will help her. So you'd be wrong, because as they reach the final platform, his greed overpowers everything else. He tries to push Mr. Song off the tower, willing to sacrifice the man protecting his own child, just to claim the prize money. In the struggle, he falls to his death, but here's the twisted part. Because the game mechanism was not officially activated, his death doesn't count, which leaves player 456 facing the most horrific choice in the game. The rules are clear. One person has to die, and the only other player left is an innocent baby who's done nothing wrong except be born into this nightmare. The VIPs are seeing this, expecting him to do what every previous winner has done: survival above all else. After all, he's got his own daughter waiting for him back home. He could justify it. He could say he had no choice. Instead, he does something that shatters the entire foundation of the game. He stops, he puts the baby down, looks directly at the VIP cameras, and delivers the most powerful line in the series: "We're not horses. We're humans. We are." And then he falls. In that moment, he doesn't reject the game. He rejects the entire system that created it. He proves that someone cannot be bought, cannot be corrupted, and we choose death over becoming a monster. His sacrifice creates a ripple effect that changed everyone who witnessed it, including the people running the games. The baby becomes the official winner of Squid Game Season 3, which sounds insane until you realize what it actually is. In a competition designed to prove that greed corrupts everyone, the only pure winner is someone who never chose to participate, never killed anyone, and never even understood what was happening. It's just a baby. But this is where it gets really interesting, because his final act breaks something inside the frontman. Remember, the cold, calculating mastermind who orchestrated the dead games, but watching someone choose dead or murdered, it shakes him to his core. 6 months later, he does something completely out of character. He travels to LA to personally deliver some belongings to Song's daughter, including the bank card with his winnings. He didn't have to do this, but that means that there's something that changed, but not really. Meanwhile, the detective finally gets his raid on the island. The facility is destroyed, the operation is shut down, and he ends up caring for the baby winner. Along with all that prize money, justice is not perfect, but it's something. Now, we also get the guard who secretly rebelled throughout the season. Song's sacrifice inspires her to choose life over dying, and she escaped to search for her own daughter. Even Kang gets reunited with his mother, fulfilling his sister dying wish from season 1. But the series saves its biggest revelation for last. In a back alley in LA, a mysterious woman played by Cate Blanchett is playing Dakji, the same recruitment game that started this whole nightmare. The frontman watched from his car as she spots him and gives a knowing nod. The message is crystal clear: the Korean games might be over, but Squid Game is going global. Literally, it's going global. His sacrifice saved one baby, but the system that created these horrors is bigger than one man, one island, or even one country. And that's the genius of this ending in a way. So, what does it all mean? Why kill off the hero? Why make a baby the winner? Why end on such a dark note? The creator is not just giving us a traditional happy ending, because the real world doesn't have one either. The Squid Game was never really about the game themselves. It was always a metaphor for their ruthless capitalism, the system that forced people to compete against each other for basic survival. And here's the thing about the system: it's still running. Song's sacrifice doesn't magically fix global inequality. The VIP escape, the games are gonna expand internationally. The same economic pressures that drove people into that arena in the first place, they're still destroying lives around the world. As Squid Games Season 3 ends with a question: humans are, and then leaves it blank. Because after watching 3 seasons of cruelty and kindness, the answer is not simple. Yes, humans are capable of horrible things, but we're also capable of choosing love over fear, even when it costs everything. And maybe in a world that often feels like its own deadly game, that's the most important message of all. But Squid Game Season 3 doesn't give us a happy ending, because the real world doesn't have one. Inequality, people still suffer, but it gives us something more valuable. Proof that even in the worst circumstances, human dignity survives. So, yes, the message has never been more important. Because whether it's Korea, America, or anywhere else, the games will only stop when enough people decide they rather die human than live as monsters. Song made that choice. The question Squid Game leave us is simple. What choice will you make in your life and in the life of others? My name is Christian from Being Premiere, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, one.